set here. I was just trying to remember that. I know that there was video content from this year, but I think all the video content was just video recordings of us. So there's no need to. Yeah, there's no need.
We don't need to go over those.
All right.
Hello.
How's your month, man?
Which month is it? Is it supposed to be August or September?
Yeah,
August.
August.
Supposed to be August, but we're not there.
Late August.
We're late. We're very late. That's fine. Let's not pretend like we did this on time because we clearly aren't doing it. We haven't committed that well. Hello, welcome, grab a cup of cocoa. Join us on our journey into the past because everything's nostalgia and nothing's original because everything has been reduced to just the same 3 stories.
It's only a matter of time before Disney reboots The Ghost of Christmas Present. Who would you want to play you in a Ghost of Christmas Present reboot?
A young Ewan McGregor.
For a Disney Plus series.
A young Ewan McGregor.
Or
who's the guy that... the guy that played the weird dude in... he played Dahmer in the Dahmer show. But, like, he was also in American Horror Story.
Oh.
Something... I think, for some reason, Tate.
Andrew?
Tristan Tate.
Something like that.
Andrew Tate. No! Oh, wait, no! No! I take it back! I was, for some reason...
I'm changing the subject. Speaking of Ewan McGregor...
Who would play you? I feel like old Ewan McGregor would do a good job because of the beard.
I have to tell you that I was at the Eastern Hills Mall today.
Oh, you were?
And I found...
What an awful
because they're closing in like a month, but like I found like one of the DVD vendors guys there had a different region / possibly bootleg version of Star Wars Episode 3.
Oh, no
and the
way.
back description is like...
Can I read it out loud?
Yes.
Or do you want to read it?
You can read it. I think it'll be better if you read it. If you can. I know it's small.
Ending the most popular film epic in history, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is an exciting, uneven, but ultimately satisfying journey. It's so earnest. It's so, like, honest. Picking up the action from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, as well as the animated Clone Wars series, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, parentheses, Ewan McGregor, and his apprentice Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, in parentheses, pursue General Grievous into space after the droid has kidnapped the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, Ian McDiarmid. They give everybody, like, the parentheses. Yeah. I forget. It's just the latest maneuver in the ongoing Clone Wars between the Republic and Separatist forces led by former Jedi turned Sith Lord Count Dooku, Christopher Lee. On another front, Master Yoda heads the Republic's clone troops against the droid attack on the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk? I thought it was supposed to be Kashyyyk.
Yeah, no, like they literally spelled it wrong.
Kashyyyk.
Yeah.
It's Kashyyyk, but
yeah, they literally just changed it.
All this is in the first half of Episode 3, why did they say that? That's so weird. Which feels a lot like Episodes 1 and 2. Feels like, the movie itself is just like, yeah, it's kind of like we're rehashing the same stuff, you know? That means spectacular scenery, dazzling dogfights in space, a new fearsome villain. The CGI created Grievous can't match up to either Darth Maul or the original Darth Vader, though. Lightsaber duels. Okay, it looked like ducks. Lightsaber duels, groan-worthy romantic dialogue. Groan-worthy? Goofy humor, but at least it's left to the droids instead of Jar Jar Binks. And hordes of faceless clone troopers fighting hordes of faceless battle droids. What the
Honestly,
fuck,
like,
dude?
I think more movie descriptions need to have little digs at the movie in
They
them.
need to be written by Star Wars fans who are annoying as fuck, which is all of them.
So yeah, I think I would go with Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd? Oh, right, the guy who played the original Anakin.
Yeah.
His life is in shambles because of that movie.
But this will give him the second win. It'll be like what's his face with Everything Everywhere all at once. The kid from Indiana Jones.
I can't remember his name. It's a Korean name, and I did not watch either the Raiders of the Lost Ark, nor have I ever seen. I don't even know who Short Round is.
Yeah,
and I didn't even see everything.
You don't
everywhere
need
all
to
at
know.
once.
He's doing well now, and that's all
Look
that matters.
at him.
Yeah, so
we like to see a girl boss winning.
So Ghost of Christmas Present, the reboot coming to Disney Plus in 2026.
I feel like I spent an alarmingly long amount of time talking about Star Wars and like reading that. It just was so weird and baffling.
But it's
it's a lot like the first, and that's just the first half. It's a lot like the first two movies that just came out. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ. Man. So 2018. This was the first one that we stepped outside the parents' houses and we started recording some music in our own abodes. And I was living in an apartment on the first floor. Where were you living at the time?
I was still in Binghamton. I was still in my 1-bedroom Binghamton apartment where my bedroom was bigger than the living room because they just put up a plaster wall in between.
Incredible.
Like what should have been a full floor apartment. But it was only $550 a month.
On this podcast, we love landlords and all the hard work they do.
Shout out to my landlord, John. Thanks for never fixing the light switch that you promised to fix.
Shout out Chairman Mao for killing all the landlords. Okay, so
cool.
As we go ahead into this story, there was a lot of hiccups. We had a lot of issues with equipment because we just didn't have it all in one central location, because even though I had moved out, I was still kind of storing everything at my dad's house that I couldn't fit in there. Mm-hmm. Even though I probably could have fit it all, I was just really lazy and didn't want to see my dad. So, Don't worry, Papa, I know you're not listening. Nothing's changed. Let's advert away from pop and talk more about the music and the creative process. So we had to be a lot more quiet.
Yeah.
So that kind of
it was
to weird
sounds. After 9 p.m. at your dad's house, but all hours of the day now.
Yeah. Honestly, my dad he wasn't even that strict on the 9 o'clock thing anyway. He didn't give a shit.
But you know what? We made it work. I like this album. I mean, like, a lot of it, I kind of see as, like, it's a lot of filler tracks. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
It's not an easy one to listen to on repeat. It's not as smooth as I think number 9 was our smoothest, like, kind of start to finish.
We'll wait for that one.
We'll wait for that one to throw our critiques out.
That was our best one. I'm gonna be honest. We'll leave that for the next episode.
It absolutely was. But this one was us clawing our way back up to the top. Like,
it was us trying harder again.
I feel like we had a nice steady incline, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Drop on 5.
And
we immediately picked back up where we left off with 4 on 6.
Then dropped again on 7, or like
we dropped the
we made a really solid half of an album.
Yeah. Solid half an album.
And then this year is the year that we were at least able to round it out again. Like, I feel like this was as many joke filler tracks as like 1 and 2 kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we did a good balance because they're all technically joke tracks, so I really wouldn't give them any credence to be one greater than another, even if there was a lot less effort on some.
Yeah. Well, let's start ripping them apart. Yeah, no, that's
so. All right,
it was a pleasant experience listening to it once, and then when you know all the jokes, there's little reason. Yeah. There's little replay value in this one.
On my way here, I listened to this just to kind of get a go at it. You can hit play. I don't care.
Let's go.
And I was alarmed. I was like,
"Oh, you know what I got to do?"
A Holly Jolly Christmas is way stripped back.
Start.
Holly Jolly Christmas is way more stripped back than I remember. Like, there isn't even a guitar track.
Yeah. All right, I think there is, but it's just so...
No, that's ukulele.
No.
And it's just a bass. No, you can hear a guitar. I can hear a guitar.
Yeah, this is like the Where's Waldo of acoustic guitars.
Yeah, it's
like I hear, but it's so faint, and like the bass definitely overrides it.
Yeah, the vocals work more so as the rhythmic portion to it than the guitar ever would.
But I still like it. Like it still kind of works.
almost every one of these songs was done with brushes just because, yes, I was in an apartment and that's where we were recording, so it didn't really work very well, and I didn't want to piss off my upstairs neighbor who had 2 kids, so...
And, like, I'm just amazed that, like...
Kazoo.
This always... The kazoo jump scare...
Dude, how you get it up that high, though, is beyond me.
Yeah, Jesus.
I was like, we need to do a more deliberate homage for the Rankin Bass shit, because I was just like, of course I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna try to sing like, what's his name?
Bobby Elves, Carrie Elves? No, that's the Princess Bride guy.
Burl Ives.
Burl Ives. That's
it. Yeah. I was just like, I'm gonna pretend like I'm him.
Yeah.
And it didn't really work, but it's fine.
Another like nod to specifically this song from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is like, I internalized the movie version of this song, like the tempo in particular, because that's like it's the tempo that we went with, because I was like, I need this honored in this track, because like when I was a kid I would watch Rudolph like fairly often, and like that's just how I like knew the song, and then I would hear Have a Holly Jolly Christmas on the radio or like any other source of Christmas music, and I was like, why is it so slow?
Oh, it's
like,
slower?
Yeah, like the radio version goes more like,
Have a holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. Like, yeah, I think that's the tempo that I'm more familiar with.
Yeah, no, that's probably the tempo that most people are familiar with. I just the children's cartoons just internalized Christmas music in a weird way for me. Same with it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I have to hear it with Alvin and the fucking Chipmunks in the beginning, waking up.
Or otherwise,
Dave.
it's incomplete.
Exactly,
dude. I'm gonna say I did not watch the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer special quite that much.
Yeah,
because the island of misfit toys is horrifying. It scares the shit out of me. And that lion thing, like as a kid, I was too terrified to know what was going on, and I'm like, dude, Aslan's going to murk everyone.
Okay, thank you.
That is the scariest
I didn't know
shit.
that I was alone. That I didn't know that I wasn't alone in getting freaked the fuck out by the island of misfit toys.
Cornelius was not a strong enough character. Like, also, like, dude, the Abominable Snowman in that is also terrifying. Like,
for some reason, I was less afraid of the Abominable Snowman, but as soon as that lion with the fucking wings comes out, and I watched it again a couple of years ago, and I'm just like, was I really, like, what, there's nothing here to be scared of, but like,
dude, it's very ominous.
But yeah, though. It's just like, I feel like
it's not something like in children's media. That's not something that happens that much anymore.
Like, that's like, I'm fascinated by like old media like that, like pre CGI, like, you know, obviously like old CGI isn't pretty, but you can at least make things look and behave anatomically correct. You don't have to come up with your own little special effects ways of doing things.
Yeah.
Before then, like, just random things that should not have been scary.
It was uncanny valley.
Yeah, like, were more terrifying.
Yeah, because it was moving all herky-jerky. And, like, honest to God, I was like, that lion, the way it's moving, like the really quick motions, I'm like, that thing's going to jump out of the fucking TV and I'm going to be dead.
Yeah, like, I don't remember.
But, like, okay, think about it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in any of the Charlie Brown specials, is there a moment, other than, like, maybe, like, Snoopy and, like, the Red Baron shit, like, is there a moment where, like, you felt as a child like your safety was at stake?
Actually, yes.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like, that's funny you mentioned that, because, like, maybe not, like, it wasn't as strong.
Yeah.
But, like, I, for whatever reason, I think it was the sound effect. There's a scene when they're in the pumpkin patch, and like Snoopy's shadow is like coming up like from the pumpkins,
like,
and this weird like woo like sound. Like, that part like got me a little on edge as a kid, to the point where I remember having one of my first nightmares like involving that scene.
Really?
Yeah,
that's wacky. Okay, I'm sorry that you felt that way, but like I never got that one.
No, exactly. Like, at that point, it's just like a kid's gonna a kid's just gonna be scared
like
of
even in the
whatever
Halloween
fuck.
special for Charlie Brown, like they have like the moment where all the kids are walking around and it's like
like that's fine.
But they have like the ghouls going like out of nowhere, like for some reason chasing them, and that didn't even scare me as much as Aslan.
Yeah, fuck.
That like fucking Island of Misfit Toy shit, dude. That shit's got me fucked up.
Oh, you know what also scared the crap out of me was there was a VeggieTales episode where there's an alien that like every time you tell a lie it gets bigger, and then all of a sudden becomes like, you know, like monster movie size, like several building stories tall kind of thing. And like VeggieTales managed to make me shit my pants as a 5-year-old in fear.
Well, that's
of
because
that.
they're trying to put the fear of God in you.
And it worked, and I never sinned again.
Okay, next song.
Next
All right, what's this one?
Oh, let's go.
Okay, this one became...
I have a lot to say about this.
Really? Because this one became a crowd favorite that I didn't understand. So, like, at this point in time, it was, like, right before I started playing in a punk band.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was just kind of, like, doing an approximation of what I thought punk music would be. Yeah. And I was just like, I think this it. But, like, now it's like, dude, holy shit. Like... This is so weird because like the drums are so quiet and like the guitars are flat.
It's just like,
and we're just shouting and it's really quiet. Like it's such a weird punk song.
I think that's why like people are so like drawn in by it, because it's like,
okay, do you have stories of people telling you that they really like this?
My friends like from school like reference this song on the regular.
Why?
Like tell us why. I don't know, but here's my theory of like I because of all those things that you just said, make it such a bizarre combination of like, you know, just such a weird off-putting, like, you know, kind of like you almost got it. You were so close, but like it's missing. Every element of this song is missing a key element
that like, makes it punk.
Like, exactly. And so it's just like a couple of assholes screaming their.
Like, I remember Emma Jackson really liked it. The one that also helped with the next year's album.
Yeah.
And this all happened because when I was working at the dealership, there was this dude, Mike Hasenfratz, that I was really good friends with. Not really good friends with. I was just friends with him, and I talked to him a lot at work.
Yeah.
And he told me about this clip that he talked about where he thought it was the funniest thing ever, and it was Jim Carrey on a late-night talk show, and he did, like, this, like, Santa's gonna kick your ass kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And, like, this is what I had imagined in my head. I went looking for it. Like, even to this day, I will go around looking for this clip. Like, it doesn't exist. Really? I'm pretty sure that this dude just made it up in his head, and then I just made it a thing. Or we made it a thing, sorry. But I was just
this is your brainchild. You can take credit for it.
Dude, but all it was taking the words to Santa Claus is coming to town and just changing them to Santa's gonna kick your fucking ass.
But the funny thing, is, like, you wrote a new verse.
Yeah.
But like halfway through, I don't know what happened. I think I like spaced or something. Yeah. And we completely diverged in the lyrics, and like we just didn't go back to record it.
Yeah, I remember like pointing at it, just being like, this one when I heard you singing the wrong thing, or I was singing the wrong thing, and I was like, I'll just let him do it. Fucking ass. There was
what were the original lyrics? Do you remember?
Those. I didn't rewrite it
for the verse. Like, I thought there was something rewritten, and that's like why I like.
No idea. I can't reach back that far with that specific details. I believe you, but I don't remember.
No, I think if it was the original lyrics, at least if it was all the way through, maybe it was like 50-50 kind of thing. I don't think I would have screwed it up. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't fucking know.
Who cares?
But like,
Santa Claus is gonna kick your fucking ass.
More like, I think if a good song to compare it to is like later on when we did "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree," like, you know, the actual like round 2 rockin', or like year 10 "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree."
Okay,
that was actually like, you know, punk rock, like kind of start to finish.
Yeah, because at that year I had been playing punk music for like 2-3 years straight, and we drank enough beer to kill people.
And we were able to record like the drums and like the practice space that like you can go all out with it, and like
and then we did the guitars in my house though.
Yeah, but we had the right pedals probably, like, you know, for that. And then you you were more in charge of the guitars. I think I was on guitar for this one, and I was just like, as I always am. And like, that, like, don't get me wrong, I love that song. Like, that is probably like one of my favorites that we did. But if like, because it was far more well-rounded and complete of like a punk execution, and like I don't think it attracted as many I don't think it like drew in as many people because of it.
I don't get it though.
Like,
I don't get it. But like, that's fine, whatever. Like, you eat up your garbage and you like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. It's fine.
It's what the people wanted.
It's what the people wanted.
Right. Santa's gonna kick your ass.
And then this was
my brainchild.
This one got like a little bit of traction online. Like there were people that like we didn't know commenting on it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
What happened was,
you paid for it.
Yeah, we were like, how about we try some like paid Facebook advertising. $1 a day, 7 days. That'll work. That'll reach enough people.
It kind of reached more people than we thought.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Maybe I can pull it up if I'm not feeling lazy in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But like just a very earnest, clearly people that had no idea that this was going to come their way.
No.
Clearly people that
I think it's funny that people committed enough to it to listen to what we were about to do. Yeah. And it was funny because I was like, we just have to convince people enough that they think the rest of the song is coming.
Yeah, exactly. I often forget.
By people, I just meant people we know.
Yeah. I often forget that like someone out there is going to listen to our music for the first time.
There's so many opportunities for that. Holy shit. I don't know why, but that like escaped me like as a possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
So like somebody listening to this for the first time is like, what are they doing?
Exactly.
What is this for?
And it's more likely that we are gonna take someone by surprise by doing something serious.
Yeah.
And adding we've gotten more people surprised by where's the joke? Yeah, this was
my favorite part. Because then you go into the sugar plum fairies. Is that, what is it?
Dance of the Hall of the Mountain King.
I have no fucking...
The only reason I know that is because of Trombone Champ.
Trombone Champ, Jesus Christ. This was literally just like... He did a shot of rum and chased it with some eggnog, and then he was just like, all right, let's rip. And that was it.
Oh, your part's coming up.
That was it. That was my whole entire... Oh, wait, no, I did the guitars and the drums.
Yeah, you did.
I basically did the intro, and then you just took care of the rest.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
I mean, there isn't really much to talk about after this, so you just want to go right into the next one?
I think so.
Because that was it.
The only notable thing to me, it's notable to me, I don't know if anyone else gives a shit, but it was kind of the first year that I brought my keyboard along, and so you'll hear it also in Last Christmas. You kind of hear in the beginning the do 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 in the All I Want for Christmas Is You, and we just found whatever the closest sound to the bells at the beginning of that, but the keyboard didn't really the closest we got was the piano that was at your house, and the organ that was at your house in years past, but this is the first time that we had the more and if you don't count the pre-programmed MIDIs of colonized Christmas.
Yeah, very colonized Christmas. I had higher hopes for this song, but I was just every year that it falls just a little short, I'm like, God damn it! If only we actually practiced these things before we made them.
But I don't know, because this is another one that at least my college friends got really into.
Dude, the problem is that it's
better.
Every time I listen to it, all I hear is how sloppy the fills are on the drums, or how I don't hit the proper note in the proper amount of time for the guitar doing the slap back, the delay.
I don't know. It never bothered me. Like it kind of makes me love it all the more. Honestly,
I'm
I
just
don't know
my own
what it
worst
is.
critic, so that's what it is.
Yeah, like I get it, but like I think the synth like really kind of glues everything together in ways that like past songs like didn't have.
Yeah.
And I just liked going full 80s cheese
you
for
went
this.
hard on yours, and I really wish I went harder on mine.
Such a weird song. I never understood why the Wham version was like a family. It was
Is there
like
a different version?
Wasn't it originally by Wham?
Yeah. Oh, wait, you said the Wham version.
Yeah, like I never realized like just why that song like
became a staple?
from like I never liked it that
great.
much. I don't know why. Like I think it was recording this that made me appreciate it more.
Oh, okay. Because
I never really
because
liked
of those
it.
synths. It's like those Patty synths.
Mm-hmm.
They're very wintry sounding.
No, see, that's the reason that I loved
all about
Do
the
You Know It's
vibe.
Christmas? That's like because that's.
But see, this is the one that doesn't.
That's the one that doesn't reference
assume-
colonization.
It's the one that doesn't assume that people of color have no idea what's going on in the rest of the world.
You know, I have another gripe about that song.
Nothing to say about you kids.
Africa has rivers, right? There's lots of rivers. I feel like it has rain too. The lyric of like "no rain or rivers flow" is kind of just like
what?
Yeah, that was one of the lyrics in that song.
I never listened to it because you're the one who sang it, and I just let you. Why are we talking about this? We were supposed to put this behind us.
Because I
just wanted to tell you that the synths were
I have
wintry.
to atone for my sins so I don't get canceled.
You're not getting canceled. We're not famous enough to get canceled. Honest to God, I thought about it and I was just like, dude, if by some fucking weird twist of fate, any amount of notoriety or fame comes my way, I'm going to immediately start tweeting about how it's like, I was raised in a really rural environment.
Yeah.
I said some really awful, racist, hateful shit.
Yeah.
Of which I regret. Expect to see it at some point in time. And expect more apologies because they're not going to stop.
Honestly.
And I don't know what else to do about it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I think that's all. What else do you do with that? It's not like I have it's not like I said some awful horrible shit when I was a kid, but I didn't do anything horrible to anyone.
Right, exactly.
I didn't I'm not an assaulter. I'm not somebody who's a sex pest.
No one's going to jail.
Yeah, but I mean yeah.
So rarely
a lot of
do
people
those
are going to jail.
People actually go to jail, but
so seldom do they. But anyway,
well, that's weird.
Anyways, I just went down cancel culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't say anything on podcasts anymore, bro. You can't even say anything. I can't even say the N-word.
Joke that I would say not while I'm recording.
What?
Insert this here.
That makes it sound like you'd say something really fucked up. So you should probably just say it.
This is the part that I'm going to bleep out to follow up on the previous joke from the previous episode. Fuck, I don't know, dude.
Oh, you just... Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because that is
subscribe to our
cancelable.
Patreon.
That's cancelable.
Yeah. Way to oust me.
Let's get canceled together. Anyways, you know what?
Please stop listening right now.
It's gotten to the point where it's jokes about cancel culture and jokes against cancel culture, jokes for cancel. I'm done. I don't want to hear it. I'm chock full of it. I don't care.
Cancel culture is the new Justin Bieber. I don't want to hear... I don't want to hear people who are in favor of it, and I don't want to hear people who are against it. I feel like
you just watched me process that and not oh, what do I do with this? What?
That's all I have to say.
It's just too much. It's annoying. Whatever. I'm over it.
So, Sleigh Ride.
Filler
Filler track of the year. Oh, you know what?
This is one of three versions of Sleigh Ride.
No, I guess we can do we'll do the Smash or Pass once we're all the way through. Now that we've gotten this far.
We'll just do it at the end. Dude, this was so funny because we were just like, man, there's a lot of chords in this song.
Let's play none of them.
There's key changes. What do we do?
Even though, like,
give up.
Even though just 3 years later, we overcame all of that.
What do you mean?
When we actually recorded this song, I always forget that we recorded this 3 times.
Yeah, this was one of 3. This is the first.
Yeah.
And this is by far the best. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
I like Chet's the best.
Chet's is the best.
I
don't know why.
I just thought it'd be funny if I kept changing tempo and fucking with you and dictating how the song went just by like the speed of the kick, snare, and
it was
tambourine.
like agreed upon before that we were just gonna throw each other off tempo wise and just see what happens. Hit record once and be like,
dude,
boom.
I'm gonna say
5th
something.
track.
There's something in the way that you say pumpkin pie. And did we already pass it?
I might have.
But dude, like the way you say pumpkin pie, I'm just like, ooh, it's
like
perfect.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, I was expecting a dig.
Oh wait, right here.
Huh. You know what?
There's something to it.
Yeah.
That's our sound, bro.
Thanks.
Is that pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie. I think it was a little scoop like pump, but I can't.
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I can't even like repeat it.
Dude, this is so awful.
This is
unlistenable.
I never liked listening to this one. But like that being said, my friend who was later featured as our tubaist, the tubist,
you'll be hearing about him shortly.
Yeah, he thought the joke. Oh God, cringe.
No,
he thought there's more.
That was it.
Yeah, okay. Like, he thought the joke, because, like, you know, being a tubist band kid, like, I think him and Robin both thought the joke of this song was, like high school band performances that, like, are just so awful that they just change, like, tempo, like, 27 times throughout this song.
That was not.
It was not at all.
Neither of us were in a high school band.
You know what?
You were in chorus, but, like, dude,
Yeah.
no, the joke was just, like, I don't know. We don't know the chords. There's no other instruments. It's just drums and vocals, which is funny as fuck to me.
A quick 5th track that would take 2 minutes and 7 seconds to record.
The joke was laziness.
Yeah,
and then just throwing each other off.
But you know what? Perfect example of when an artist's work later becomes out of their hands, in the hand of the consumer now. How our fans interpret our work, it's like, you know,
they're like,
that's
hey,
not
look at this,
nothing.
it's doodle feces.
This song is a bunch of poopy ass sticks.
Fuck was,
sorry,
what's that? Is that like an
it's a Game Grumps thing. I couldn't resist.
Oh, I've never watched a Game Grumps video in my
never
life.
I'll turn on like compilations here and there, but like I had friends who would watch like all of them, like start to finish, and I'm just like, it just brings me back. I was literally just having this conversation the other day that like let's play videos on YouTube literally just bring me back to childhood trauma of being at friends' houses and never being able to play the video games.
Dude, I wanted to murder friends because of that shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, I just got GTA 4. Like, you wanna come over and we'll take turns playing until one of us dies? And they'll be like, oh, I died. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna try again. And I'm like, I wanna leave. I don't wanna hang out with you anymore, dude. I don't wanna watch you play video games. Watching people play video games fucking sucks.
The story of my life was like working up the courage to be like, hey, do you think I could give the game a try? And being like, yeah, sure, here you go.
Like it was totally fine the entire time.
And then I'll play it for like 5 minutes and then die because like I never played the game before. And he was like, all right, taking it back. And then I just sit there for another hour straight.
Oh God, dude, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well,
let's move on to the last one.
Well,
okay, this one's
I'm gonna let you. This was yours.
This was my thought, but you enacted most of it.
That's what I'm here for, buddy.
So this song plays.
I'm just laughing at the waveform at the end of this.
So this is a song called Alice's Restaurant. But this Alice's Restaurant is no. So this was an idea that we had where we were like, we gotta have like a holdover like Thanksgiving song. It'd be fun. And I was like, this is the only Thanksgiving song that exists because everybody. You know what? I just want to listen to it. You want to
I kind of do too. While we're listening to it, I'm bringing up the single version of it that is by far our most successful. You know, I was thinking there was more.
Dude, I love this part you did here.
Walk right into around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Now don't bother, Thanksgiving goes on 2 years ago on Thanksgiving when my friends and I went up to visit.
I'm gonna. Oh, I'm so satisfied.
There's 20 more seconds of this.
I remember being so satisfied with myself for making that decision because I was like, how are we going to end this? Because the song is like 30 minutes long.
The image of you with like the
keyboard.
The keyboard just like...
Me doing that, but like dying laughing and even trying to keep any semblance of tempo at the same time was so awful. And we classified it as trap music because I was like, listen, I don't know how trap music works, but it's what the kids like these days. And then I remember T being the trigger for the hi-hat, so I'm like,
yep.
And it's all off rhythm, and I love it.
Like and this ended up being our most popular track on SoundCloud, coming in at hot with 298 plays.
Peter
simply
Cottontail
just
has
because.
more.
Does it? I thought it would.
Does, and by an alarming amount, I think.
Can I sort it? Like, how the fuck did I hate SoundCloud? I haven't used this, and like the only time I use SoundCloud is to play our music. I thought it would. Oh no!
Wait,
it was. Yeah, I
go.
just saw it. What the fuck did I do yet? Okay, yeah, no. Like this does take the cake. I don't know why.
327. I don't know why it has that many listens.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
I think. I'm trying to. I know I posted this on Instagram. Let me pull it up because I just the YouTube count for
the YouTube count.
Likes to dislikes.
Wait, people even bothered hitting it?
Yeah, I screenshotted this before YouTube got. Yeah, look at this shit.
How did that happen?
Would you like to describe for the folks at home what we are looking at here?
Okay, so it's a picture of Alice's Restaurant Trap remix by the Ghost of Christmas Present, and it says it was posted 2 years ago at the time of this screenshot. There was 354 views. There are 9 likes and 10 dislikes.
I would have it no other way.
My favorite part is that there were 19 people who were compelled to tell us how they fucking felt, which is incredible. Like, having 19 people receive that is my favorite part of the whole thing.
YouTube, bring back the dislike button.
Oh yeah, they don't have it anymore?
No. I mean, you know, if you have a
cancel culture,
if you have the Chrome extension, then yeah, it'll come back for you. But yeah, I knew that there was somewhere that this song got like
That's
an unnecessary
ridiculous.
amount of traction just because hashtag trap was in it. I think that
has
says,
to be
that says more about the trap listeners than it does us.
It says something about the fact that I was like, let's follow the trend and see what happens, and we fucking found out.
Worked.
It somehow worked a little bit. And if it had any merit at all, I remember showing this to this one dude at I showed this and what was it? It's on the next album, the Tuba one, God Rest Ye.
Yeah.
Like I showed that to this one kid who was like a really serious producer, and he does pretty fucking well for himself.
Yeah.
His Bulgaria on the Beats, or
Oh.
Bulgaria on the Beat, can't remember. He listened to this. He's like, dude, this is the fucking wackest shit I've ever heard in my life. And I'm like, that's the point,
Yeah,
though. And he's
yeah.
like, I don't get it. What
What the fuck?
well, because he took it seriously and he thought I was like making fun of the music. And I'm like, I
but
kind of
that's-
am, but like, I'm not trying. I'm not. If I was gonna genuinely make fun of trap, it would be by emulating it better than
Right,
this.
but
this
also
is
just,
just
like-
us being idiots.
Yeah, like, dude, are the people clamoring for an Alice's Restaurant Trap remix that has been taken seriously?
God, apparently.
I guarantee you 14 out of 15 of these followers are here because of the trap music. We brought them in.
100%.
One of them is me.
I agree. All right, well,
So that was number 8. Did anything else happen this year?
2018. This year, plenty happened in 2023, but 2018. No, dude, that's just when I started. Like, that's right before I started playing punk music, and then, yeah, I think everything about 2019 it encapsulates a lot more about how the process went for the rest of it. But like, this was like the last one. I feel like there's a really hard shift after 9, even though the 10, 11, 12 do not live up to 9.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really hard shift.
Yeah. I feel like 6, 7, and 8 are the years that I remember the least.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the years that I
felt like
fight
flyover
to
years.
remember my memories of. I remember, like, I don't know, this is kind of the only other thing that's sticking out to me, even though it's really not an important detail whatsoever. I just remember crashing on your couch this year.
Yeah, no, I remember that very specifically
like
as well.
that was. I think this is the
that.
only year that we kind of made this into an overnight type thing, or that like we actually. I don't even think
It happened a year after as well.
Did it?
Either that or you crashed at your parents. I mean, it's one or the other. It doesn't matter.
Again,
because like we were
foggy.
going downtown to the practice. Anyways, we'll get into that in a nice episode.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's
okay, 2018.
Oh wait, smash or pass? Or pass?
Okay.
Holly Jolly Christmas.
Holly Jolly Christmas smash. Santa's gonna kick your ass.
Smash.
Ghost them after smashing.
Yeah,
all I want for Christmas is you. I would pass.
I would smash and then not call it. Yeah, I would ghost them
You
after.
ghost them?
Actually,
Right.
that's probably gonna be most of my answers for this. Actually,
I would fuck them and thoroughly disrespect them. To all, we're done.
Yeah.
Alice's trap mix. That's a marrier.
That's
a woman you bring home. That's
Yeah.
a good sturdy gal.
Yeah. Sleigh Ride, that's a pass.
Yeah.
Last Christmas, yeah,
That one's a
that's a fuck.
That fucks.
I think I got all of them.
Sleigh Ride sucks ass. All right. Now we're done.
Yeah,
All right.
Sleigh Ride sucks ass.
Do you have anything like what would you ask the 2018-year-old self?
Oh my god. I dislike that I have lived so much of my 20s that now like I know what it's like to be an adult and like have memories start to get blurry. I was in the better job at this point. I was working for the news. I was like just making small talk with coworkers that I did not want to be making small talk with, but was forced to because I was out on a story with them and everything. Yeah. And even they, after like, you know, we leave for like Christmas and stuff like that, even they come back and are like, Santa's gonna kick your fucking ass. And I'm like, all right.
Okay, good, Ed.
I don't know. What was...
I don't know. I guess else I would... I feel like now it's coming to the point where I'm not gonna... Like, what would you ask yourself at this point in time is like what advice you would give them. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say you're gonna not be selling cars next year. Figure out something else because you're about to end up in the military industrial complex as far as it goes, and you're gonna not want to do it, and you're gonna keep getting better at it, and then you won't know what else to do.
Fuck yeah.
Don't do that. But I'm already there, so.
I think I would tell myself at this age to stop feeling like life is just that you are powerless to life just pushing you around kind of thing, that there is so much more agency that you can take over yourself and your mental well-being and your whole life situation, that you are not giving yourself credit for. You're in your mid-20s. You don't have to live like everything has to be handed to you kind of thing. When I say handed to you, I don't mean like an entitled way. And like handed to you kind of has the wrong connotation, more in the way of like that I have to wait for everything to happen to me kind of thing. That's more what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I think after this year, that was when I started just like treating myself like a fucking adult.
I still don't do that. I'm pretty bad at it.
I mean,
I feel very irresponsible. I feel like imposter syndrome 100% of the time.
I think that's just the millennial experience. I think like
I'm a zillennial, excuse you.
Yeah.
I'm that cusper, baby.
Like I'm a cusper of the cusp.
You're almost just full millennial, but like nobody wants you.
Exactly.
Like cuspers have something, and you're just some wishy-washy asshole.
No, but I think anybody, at least like, you know, kind of born like roughly in our generation, I think this is like a lot of the older Gen Zers also are just so like, whenever we do something that I feel like this word came up on like our very first podcast, but I'm going to say it because I hate you. Like every time that we do something that we can consider adulting, we are always just so amazed that we've been able to do it, because we've just conditioned ourselves to believe that we just like infantilized ourselves in the way of like, we didn't believe that we could actually do these adult things. And then when we do, we're kind of like, I did it. Yay. Like, you know, kind of like surprise, like it almost like not like overjoyed that we did this grown-up thing, but I can't believe I made it this far.
I would say most of the time I don't get that feeling as much as I get the feeling of like, they're gonna find me out. Like, it's just like it's all gonna come crashing down. Like, I don't know what to do, but I'm just gonna keep going and see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Okay,
I'm just kind of like, they can fire
Well, here's
me.
the thing. Like, I feel like I might have gotten the definition of imposter syndrome wrong, because like I feel like there was a major thing in my life that I literally, like, everybody like the headcanon, or like the thing that people experiencing imposter syndrome like are kind of telling themselves is like, oh, I like kind of like faked my way into this thing that I don't deserve, kind of thing. When I literally kind of did that with Binghamton, where I feel like I lived the life that people who are afraid of imposter syndrome, like, are afraid that they are living. Because like with that, I went to Fredonia, which was the school that I deserved based on my high school grades, like deserved in air quotes for those who are listening, and just got good grades there, like really good grades there, because everything was stupidly easy, because like no one gave a shit.
That's awesome.
And like, you know, it was just like freshman year classes too, and like they were not representative of my intellect, or at least like, you know, my on paper, my graded intellect in the way that like high school grades would, but they were enough to please the college administrators at Binghamton. And you know what? I don't fucking regret it. Like, I feel like, you know, there's always this like kind of weird guilt that other like, or like a guilt of like, or like, you know, I shouldn't be here kind of thing. But I was just like, hey, fuck it, I'm here. This is awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to go about it. I don't have that. That's fine though. I'll just keep.
And that wasn't
on.
Until after the fact. I never like it. It's not something that really occurred to me like while I was there. But yeah, just after looking back on it, I was just like, yeah, who let me in? Well, anyway.
On that note, we'll let ourselves out.
Oh, Tom.
Good night.
Save it for the OnlyFans page.
Oh, don't say
know.
that.